Tabernacle. That's right. Keg of Tabernacle. Here's the translation. It's found in Hebrews 1:68. Translation, O'Hare. Pronunciation, O'Hare. It's a key word. Part of speech, masculine noun. Root word. Etymology. From Hebrews 1:66. The King James Version count total this word tabernacle 345 times. Tabernacle 148 times. Tents 141 times. Dwelling 2 times. Places 2 times. Covering 1 time. Home 1 time. Outline of biblical uses. Tent, A. Nomad tent and thus symbolic of wilderness life. B. Dwelling, home, habitation. C. The sacred tent of Yahweh. Praise the mighty Yah. Those are meanings and definition of tabernacle. Praise the mighty Yah. We like to always, by the way, I'm Yahshua, your speaker, and reading is a cop of Shalah, Shama, Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. We like to always go to Yah's foundational scripture, and that would be Leviticus chapter 23. Leviticus chapter 23, verses 1 to 2. And it reads a cop whenever you have it. Hallelujah, Yahweh.
Praise Him.
Leviticus 23.
Verses 1 to 2. Praise the mighty Yah.
Right. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts.
Oh, I don't think you read the right account. I think it said Moshe speaking to Moshe, saying to the hot band of Israel. Who spoke?
Yahweh.
Let's clarify it right now.
Right.
This is not Moshe's Magad, these are Yahweh.
That's right.
It say, and Yahweh Amar to Moshe Amar to the high band of Yisrael, and Amar to them concerning the high Keg Moed of Yahweh, which you shall proclaim to be Kadesh congregate. Even these are my Keg Moed. That's what Yah thus says, Yahweh. That's all it is.
Right.
That's like I say, as our arts has spoken before. Thus says Yahweh. You don't agree, take that up with Yah.
That's right.
And as the art say, let the Bible speak.
Yes.
You call yourself a believer, so believe in either bars. Or if not, you call him Yahweh a liar. And that's that. Know where you get that from? Your daddy Hasatan.
Yeah.
Praise the mighty Yah. Praise the mighty Yah.
Hallelujah.
Let's skip down to verses 33 to 34, and it reads whenever you have it.
Verse 33. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, The 15th day is this 7th month, shall be the feast of tabernacles for 7 days unto Yahweh.
Hallelujah. The 7th month. I didn't see Yahweh say this is the beginning of his year. I don't know where that come from. We don't have to say any names, but it wasn't from Yah. So there, whoever's saying that, they're calling Yah a liar. And Yah is not a man that he can lie. Praise the mighty Yah. Truth be told.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to Second Chronicles, chapter 8, verses 11 to 13, and reads whenever you have it. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Second Chronicles 8, chapter 8, verses 11 to 13, and reads.
Verse 11. And Solomon brought up the daughter of Pharaoh out of the city of David unto the house that he had built for her. For he said, my wife shall not dwell in the house of David, king of Israel, because of the places are holy, whereunto the ark of Yahweh hath come.
Praise the mighty Yahweh. That what made it Kadesh, the ark of Yahweh, which was the testimony, law, statutes, commandment. And those, that's keeping it, y'all. That was in his covenant. That's a tabernacle that was done by it from Yahweh. Continue, our God.
Then Solomon offered burnt offerings unto Yahweh on the altar of Yahweh, which he had built before the porch, even after a certain rate every day, offering according to the commandment of Moshe, on the Sabbaths and on the new moons, and on the solemn feasts, 3 times in the year, even in the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles.
Hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Like I say, this was a mitzvah, Shabbat from Moshe, from Yahweh. Your Moshe Shabbat the because he was Yah's spokesman on his error. Because why? Them fools was dead. They was afraid of the voice of Yahweh. They say, so whatever Moshe say we would do. Another lie Yisrael had told. Praise the mighty Yah. That's why we over here. Because of their lies. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Ezra. Chapter 3. Ezra.
In front of Psalms.
Chapter 3, verses 2 to 4.
2.
Ezra, chapter 3, verses 2 to 4. And it reads whenever you have it.
It's good.
Ezra 3, verse 2. Then stood up at Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and his brethren the priests, and Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and his brethren, and built the altar of Yahweh of Israel, to offer burnt offerings thereon, as it is written in the law of Moshe and man of Yah. Continue.
Yeah, to 4.
And they set the altar upon his bases, for fear was upon them because of the people of those countries. And they offered burnt offerings thereon unto Yahweh, even burnt offerings, morning and evening. Continue.
4.
They kept also the Feast of Tabernacles, and it is written, and offered the daily burnt offerings by number, according to the custom, as the duty of every day required.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Yep.
See, even there at this altar, they was in fear of the other goyis around, but they still honored Yahweh, even in fear.
Right.
They kept the Feast of Tabernacle. Because why? Yah was going to protect them then. They knew that. Let me go to the one to protect, like us today.
Right.
We keeping them with protection. Yeah, we feeling sorry for all these tragedies, events that have been happening around the area. But it's for one thing, it's a couple of things. One, people wonder why, what was in this man's mind, this and that. And I wrote, y'all had me write on Facebook what's on your page. He wrote that I'm listening to like Steve Harvey and he get good inspirational, but then when it came to that, they all confused. Wonder what was this on his mind? Yahshua simply wrote the Ruach God say, who was the cause of it? The devil.
Right.
He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. That's it.
That's it.
Right.
And then Yah, he keeps his heads of protection wrong. I told the people because you're not serving the true and living Elohim. Because all most of them confessed out of their mouth they Christian. They didn't know the answer. All on that show, they had quick to say, I'm a Christian. But you didn't know the answer. That's when you know you didn't have to read the word. Praise the mighty God.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Thank you,
Who are
Father. Bless your name.
Bond of the devil. That's who you are.
Right.
Fooling yourself, you deceive the world, he's keeping you deceived. That you can think
That's
you
right,
can have
brother.
one foot in the world and one foot
That's
fellowship with
right.
God.
Teach, brother.
God
Come
said
and
no, no, no.
Teach,
No,
brother.
he said he
Teach.
don't have fellowship with the devil. So what makes you think you can have it with
That's
him
right.
and the devil? Praise the mighty God.
Yeah.
Repent and return all of y'all
Yes.
while you still have
Help us out.
to your God.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Let's go.
Hallelujah.
The Yakanan, John chapter 7, verses 1 to 18 and read. These are all these Kadesh days it's just leading up to the Melkuf, y'all.
Yeah.
We are in training and practice now.
Yes, we are.
That's when we hear that first shofar.
Yeah.
In that millennium, we're gonna be teaching the world there.
Yes, we are.
We're gonna have Hasatan going on for 1,000 years.
Yes.
Then he'll be loosed again.
Yes, and
And then as the Nefesh had gave us free will, then there's gonna be some food after all this interruption. We got to go through hell. Hell is a state of mind. We're going through hell. They gonna have the liberty of not no devil for 1,000 years, and they're gonna choose to go back like that stinky, inky pig, back running back to the mud.
Yeah.
After hearing the truth for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
some will, some won't. Praise be to the mighty God.
Yeah.
John chapter 7, verses 1 to 18, and it reads whenever you have it done.
Verse 1. After these things, Yahshua walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in Ibryi, because the Jews sought to kill him. Now, the Jews' feast of tabernacles was at hand. Verse 3. His brethren therefore said unto him, Depart hence, and go unto Galilee, that thy disciples also may see the works that thou hast done.
Praise the mighty God. Let me read 7 and 2. This is for a lot of Roman Christian and that Christianity doctrine to say that this feast are done away with. That I heard today, a nice woman, but you don't know Yah. You don't even know you're not even reading the New Testament.
Yeah.
Here it is, because it say now the Yah them tabernacle was at hand. Who was they keeping it? Yahshua.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Right.
It's in you all's, this is y'all's whole book, but you all call it some New Testament.
Yeah.
What you don't believe.
Right.
See, that's deception of God. Yeah, he says there's no one good. You can be good and nice, but he wants you to keep his law, statutes, and commandments. Because that's what he's going to affect you by.
Right.
The Malachians and Shemayim, they are recording right now what you're doing, saying all that.
Yeah.
He said an idle tongue gonna have to answer that. Your idleness doing nothing. You're gonna have to answer that. Why you ain't do nothing? It's no excuses with y'all.
Right.
Get with it, people.
Yes.
As you hear, like I said, the moment you hear to eat the bars, this is y'all's the bars coming through us.
Yeah.
Don't turn away.
Don't. Yeah.
Continue, Carl.
Verse 4. For there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeketh to be known openly. If thou do these things, show thyself to the world. Verse 5. For neither did his brethren believe in him.
They didn't get it.
Verse 6. Then Yahshua said unto them, My time is not yet come, but your time is always ready. Verse 7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil.
That's what we're doing.
Right. Yep.
And we don't care if that's it. They should name our big brother Yahshua. They gonna shenade you. He said that. So we don't care. We're doing something to do the will of our hour. We don't care whether you or not. That's on you. But we hope that you agree with these devars, not us. These devars that's on this page. Continue, I come.
Go ye up unto this feast. I go not up yet unto this feast, for my time is not yet full come. 1 minute.
It's already 18.
18. When he had said these words unto him, he abode still in Galilee. Verse 10. But when his brethren were gone up, then went he also up unto the feast, not openly, but as it were in secret. Then the Jews saw him at the feast, and said, Where is he? And there was much mourning among the people concerning him. For some said, He is a good man. Others said, Nay, but he deceiveth the
Look at
people.
that. See that?
Yep.
They ain't recognize who he was. See, that's House of Thou having that
Right.
blind scales over your eyes and
Right.
ears plugged up to deceive you
Yeah.
from truth. Praise the mighty God. Continue, God.
Howbeit no man spake openly of him for fear of the Jews. 14. Now about the midst of the feast, Yahshua went up into the temple and taught. And the Jews marveled, saying, How knoweth this man letters, having never heard, never learned?
They said, how this carpenter's son have learned? He never went to our dead cemeteries.
Right.
He said that. They say he never went there. How this dummy know all this? They didn't recognize.
See?
Praise the mighty Yah.
That's what he taught it.
That's right. He went to the University of Yahweh. He's Abba.
That's right.
He was Abba Yahweh. Praise the Yah. They won. Hallelujah. Continue.
Verse 16. Yahshua answered him and said, My doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me.
Praise the mighty Yah. That's right. Don't look to us.
No.
Look to the promise of Yahshua. This is not our bar.
Right.
We just the messenger. Bring
Right.
it forth to the bar. That was that. He gave it up. Like we give it up to our. It's not us.
We do.
We just happen to call us, all of us we call minister,
Praise Him.
to come there, we minister in our own word. It's some that up here that edify, bring it forth to edify ourselves and others. To bring forth Yah's the bar. That's it.
That's
and
it.
it's not. Praise the mighty.
Yes, it is.
Continue.
Verse 17. If any man will do his will, he shall know of the doctrine, whether it be of Elohim or whether I speak of myself.
That's right. Because Yah said, like he said, prove it. Prove that you are. You would know that Adam or Iyshshah is of their self, which a lot of them are of their self. Continue.
Verse 18. He that speaketh of himself seeketh his own glory, but he that seeketh his glory that sent him, the same is true, and no unrighteousness is in him.
Hallelujah. None. The only way unrighteousness can come if you still walking in that carnal mind and letting that flesh rule. Stay the ruach. You know, have nothing but he said, good, say shalom to your arch and our God. Have no ill will against them. That's how he said you would know that you are hid by having each other. Praise be to the mighty Yah.
Yes, help us.
Come out of that carnality cave.
We will.
Hallelujah.
We will.
Let's go to Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 14, verses 14 and 16. Zechariah 14, verses 14 and 16, and it reads whenever you have it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Mighty God.
Zechariah 14, verse 14. And Yehuda also shall fight at Jerusalem. And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem. And the wealth of all heathen around about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance. And so shall be the plague of the horse, of the mule, of the camel, and of the ass, and of all the beasts that shall be in these tents, and this plague. 16. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King Yahweh of hosts, and keep the feast of tabernacles.
Praise the mighty Yah. See, this got to be in the new kingdom. And like he say, there's this word,
Future.
they say of the beast that shall be in these tents. Tents, I see that was one of the definitions of tabernacle.
Yeah.
Tabernacle is the kingdom coming down. That's a place of place, as it said too, that he wants to come live with us. We're going to be in his tabernacle. And what he say? And they said, Shema, the keg of tabernacle.
Yeah.
This is a forever thing, you
Sure
all.
is.
It's never done away with. He only done away with one Torah, and that was the animal sacrifice.
Amen.
Praise be to the mighty Yah. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 11, verse 13. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 13, and it reads, whenever you have it.
Hebrews 11, verse 13. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
Hallelujah.
That's right.
See, hallelujah. See, they seen the promise like we see it. These are the promise, the eminah you see from his debar, and having confessed. We are strangers. We are pilgrims here. They gonna be in that tabernacle. That Yah is coming down. Yahshua is coming down. This tabernacle in that marble. That's what his place of residence. We gonna be in his tabernacle. This is what we are persuaded of them. Having seen them afar, we see it and we believe it because we know it's to be in it. We are living epistles for this meaning. The word is in us. It is live. That we are true believers of these debar. Living epistles.
That's right.
A letter to the world to tell the world. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Yahshua. Isaiah. See, I'm speaking the English Hebrew word. I forget the other name. Praise the mighty Yah. Hallelujah. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 9. It reads, whenever you have it, God, hallelujah. What an honor. What a joy that it being this festival day that he's preparing for us in this Miracle. We feast in the night. And for those people say you don't, I heard, I never had running on personally where you can't drink. If that, and they're mainly on that Roman Christian doctrine, believers. If that was the case, the one the world knows as Jesus, which is Yahshua. If that was the case, why did his first miracle he turned Mayim into Yaim? Come on now. Throughout the book they drink. He said, don't get drunk. Because you get to be a fool and hata against them. Praise the mighty Yah. Isaiah 11 and 9, and it reads.
Verse 9. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of Yahweh, as the waters cover the sea.
Hallelujah. This is his tabernacle coming down, Yah. And then, like I said, they're going to Yah as the Mayim's covered. Them his debars that's going to be in us. Like I said, they ain't going to be taught no more. When we talk, you're going to know. We're going to forever learn, but you're going to know of. This is his tabernacle that's to come.
That's good.
And this, the Mayim are his debars. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to chapter 35. Verses 9 to 10, and it reads whenever you have it. Hallelujah. Revelation, knowledge, all that.
Increasing, that's right.
Verse 35.
Chapter 35, verses 9 to 10.
Verse 9. No lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. It shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk.
Whoa.
Hallelujah.
Whoa. Are we not the redeemed?
Yes,
right
we are.
now.
That's right.
Are we bonds and babs of Abba Yahweh?
Yes.
Wait, no, that couldn't be, because the way I hear you not you know, until you move.
Hey,
How is that?
Yahweh said no.
That's on them. They don't want to be about Yahweh. That's on them. I'm
They've
loving.
been deceived.
Yeah, that's it. Themselves and continue our car.
Believe Yahweh.
Verse 10, and the ransomed of Yahweh shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away.
All the way. Now, don't you want to strive for this in this raw cat? All this. I want my crown of glory. And all I have to say, pose this question out to the world. The state of Israel. Is any of this existing?
None. No.
So,
No.
So that's up.
I don't think they're the chosen ones.
No, they're not.
Thus says Yahweh.
Right. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Come, let's go to Acts chapter 3, verse 21. Acts chapter 3, verse 21. Let the Bible speak. And one ought to say, and the other say, thus says Yahweh. You don't like it? Take it up with Yah.
That's right.
I'm just a messenger.
Yeah.
Repeating what he thus says Yahweh.
Speak. Yes.
Right. Acts chapter 3, verse 21, it reads,
Whom the heaven must receive until the times of the restitution of all things, which Yah hath spoken by the mouth of all his holy prophets since the world began.
That's right. Totally up Yahweh for his hand, grace.
Yeah.
This is Yahshua, like I say, the heaven must receive until the times of all things. When he say time no more, that's hard to say.
Yeah.
Time no more, yeah, he gives us hand and how to see, but there comes a time where he's gonna say time no more. And then let that be Armageddon.
Right.
And then, like I say, which what came out marred by the mouth of all his cadets Nabi since the high age began.
Right.
He been warning us.
He sure
warning
has.
us.
Thank you, Father.
Giving us his high seed and hang. Praise the mighty Yah.
Yes.
He giving us time to repent.
Yes.
Hang, merited favor with Yah and man, but it's not. It's all done. You don't have to do anything. You have to do something.
Yeah.
You do nothing, you get nothing but the lake of fire. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go back to Yeshaya, Isaiah chapter 2, verses 2 to 4. We are here to Zahar, you warn you. That's what we're here for, to do one. You know, that most of these temples gotten away from these true words of Yah. They want their fame and fortune now. Then now they're geeking you up to do is to think of it too. Not thinking of what Yah asked you to do to escape that burning flame. That burns forever and ever. And then to some of them on that Roman doctrines read out and say, you're gonna be just burned up. No, what you don't read? He said you're gonna be gnashing and gashing of the teeth. You sure tell me, y'all, it's all about the one that the world knows that Jesus, you don't believe him? You call yourself a new doctrine believer. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Isaiah 2, verses 2 to 4, and it reads.
Verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
Who?
All nations.
All nations.
Everybody.
You pro-Israel, thinking he just come for Israel. He what y'all don't get. All go ease. All gonna continue to come.
And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Yahweh, to the house of Yahweh of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. Chapter
4.
Verse 4, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. nation shall not lift up swords against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Hallelujah.
No.
This is the tabernacle coming down.
Yes.
That 8th day, that great day. And like you say, they going to beat down, they plowshare and prune in, and shall not lift up nations, they said. Shall not lift up against nation against nation. What you think, Israel? He said nation. Not just the nation of Israel. He said many people shall come to the mount and come shock at him on all these Kadesh days he has set up. This book is just setting you up for the shadow of things to come. This is the pattern of Shemaiah coming down. Praise the mighty Yahweh for this tabernacle that's going to come down. Let's go to Leviticus 23. Leviticus 23. Verses 42 to 44. Leviticus 23 verses 42 to 44, and it reads whenever you have it.
Leviticus 23,
42 to 44.
verse 42. You shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths. When I brought them out of the land of Egypt, I am Yahweh your Elohim.
Yes, you are. Bless your name.
44. And Moshe declared unto the children of Israel the feast of Yahweh.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
This is worth reading again. Let's get this. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 yards, and all the Israelites born shall dwell in booths. That's us. We have our booth right here. Honor and praise and honor Yahweh.
Yeah.
That your generation may Yahweh. Your generation. Are we in a generation?
We are.
So they can know that this is that I made the high band of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Mizraim. I am Yahweh, your Elohim.
Yes.
And Moshe declared the high to the high band of Israel, the high Moeds of Yahweh. For generation to generation, you are.
Right.
We was lost, but now it's brought back to us, Yah. So it's up to us to teach our, to teach the adults and the young, so they can know to continue to teach it, go on to the next generation until Yahshua comes. It's going to be a generation.
Yes.
Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 16, verses 37. Deuteronomy 16, chapter 13 to 17, and it reads the God whenever you have it. This is for everybody around the area, all y'all.
Yeah.
This is for all y'all. Let them people who's called convert to their religion. No, it's converted to spiritual Israel. I see where they got it from, though. Praise the mighty God. Deuteronomy 16. 13 to 17, and it reads,
Thou shalt observe the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days. After that thou hast gathered in thy corn and thy wine, and thou shalt rejoice in thy feast, thou and thy son, and thy daughter, and thy manservant, and thy maidservant, and the Levite, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, that are within thy gates. Verse 15.
Yes, it's 17.
7 days shalt thou keep a solemn feast unto Yahweh thy Elohim in the place which Yahweh shall choose, because thy Elohim shall bless thee in all thine increase, and in all the works of thy hands. Therefore thou shalt surely rejoice.
Bless you.
3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before Yahweh thy Elohim in the place which he hath chose, in the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles, and they shall not appear before Yahweh empty. 17. Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of Yahweh thy Elohim, which he hath given thee.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Hallelujah.
And these verses 16, 17, I'm going to read for you. This is where, like Ibryi McCarver said, this is where with them Christian people doctrine, they go back and hold the fleece out of your money. Is that 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before Yahweh thy Elohim in the place which he hath chosen. In the high keg of unleavened leaven, and the high keg of wheats, and in the high keg of tabernacle. They shall not appear before Yahweh empty. Every Adam shall give as he is able, according to the Barakahs of Yahweh thy Elohim, which Yahweh hath given thee. And that's it. It's not a amount like people say, send his 1,000 women to heaven, going to open up and all that. That's fleecing you, God said. That's a lie. He said, give as you able. And if you're not able, see, in this time, it's just still, you're giving up a sacrifice to come here and honor him.
Hallelujah.
Praise the mighty Yah. And also say, back in chapter 12, he said, thou shalt herb the high mag of tabernacle 7 young after thou hast gathered in thy corn and thy yahin. Yahin, he said in the corn, gathering and all, like they're not the corn, like we not in land, they be your laboring and all that. But it's 7 young, and your yahin. And yes, he said, drink some of them little grapes too. He said, eat, drink, and be merry. Glorify him. Hallelujah. This is worth a celebration, going through this. How as the rock would say, as we went through going through all these hot light days. We are doing holy days. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Amos. Amos chapter 9, verse 11. And it reads, whenever you have it, God, hallelujah. Yahweh. Hallelujah. Wait. Amos 9, chapter 9, verse 11.
Verse 11. In that day I will rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Hallelujah. That's it. Because Yahshua come back, he bringing down New Jerusalem. Says his tabernacle, his habitation, where we gonna be with him. If you obey and keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, that's it. Walk in his way. Live these the bars, y'all. That's our we lost that spiritual man, but it's being renewed every day. You kill that flesh every day, all day. Get that stinking thinking out your mind immediately. Stay in the Ruach. Like and that Roman Christian doctrine teaches you can't be perfect or holy. That's a lie from their daddy again. Because he said, be you perfect and be you holy. Perfection is maturity in these debars, these words of Yahweh in the Ruach. In the Ruach is perfect, so it's in you. It's indwelling in this tabernacle. This earthly tabernacle. This is a tabernacle. It dwells within us. So stop believing what those Iysh and Iyshshahs up there saying. Believe the word. You're supposed to be a believer. Praise the mighty Yah.
That's who we are.
Let's go to Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 14, verses 16 to 20. Zechariah chapter 14, verses 16 to 20. And it reads whenever you have it.
Verse 16. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem.
He said, all the nations. What y'all don't get? Some of y'all call y'all just Torah believe in the Old Testament. What you don't believe? I don't see the nation of Israel, does they say, goes with an S. Praise the mighty God. Continue.
So, okay. The nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, thy Elohim of hosts, and to keep the feast of tabernacles.
Hallelujah. His tabernacle coming down. That's why we in training and practicing now.
That's right.
We're going to be surprised when this comes.
Oh, yeah.
Hallelujah.
That's
We
right.
surprised
We're
now.
gonna make us
Praise
That's
the
right.
mighty Yah. We're going to be perfected in that Ruach.
Say it, brother.
And
That's
that
right.
new Gibeah. The Ruach of Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. Continue.
And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, thy Elohim of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain.
See that for you pro-Israel? He said all the mitzvahs of the earth.
Right.
He didn't just say the nation of Israel. He said all mitzvahs of ha'eretz.
Right.
Continue, Akam.
And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague, wherein Yahweh will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the feast of tabernacles. This shall be the punishment of Egypt, and the punishment of all nations that come not up to keep the feast of tabernacles. 20. In that day shall there be upon the bells of the horses holiness unto Yahweh,
Amen.
and the pots in Yahweh's house shall be like the bowls before the altar.
Hallelujah. This is a glorious day here.
Yeah.
And even then he had mercy. He just said he don't need no rain. That's now that ain't hanging I see at his ultimate. He ain't say he's gonna kill you. But who wouldn't want to come up and shock our Yahweh for all the totalness he had done, that given you? Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Leviticus 23. Leviticus chapter 23, verses 33 to 39, and it reads whenever you have it. Hallelujah, Yahweh. He wants us to get it, and
Yes.
he wants us to get it. And in Israel, he wants you to know what you know, so you know what you know. So you go spread it and minister to all, like we're supposed to, other goees. Praise the mighty Yah.
Yes.
Beginnings 23, 33 to 39.
Verse 33. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, The 15th day of this 7th month shall be the feast of tabernacles for 7 days unto Yahweh. On the first day shall be an holy convocation.
Oh yeah.
Ye shall do no servile work therein.
That's what we're doing tonight. It's Layil part. It's a holy convocation, and we loving it.
That's right.
Continue.
Verse 36. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. 37. These are the feasts of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh, a burnt offering, and a meat offering, a sacrifice, and drink offering, everything upon this day. Beside the Sabbaths of Yahweh, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which ye give unto Yahweh.
39.
Also, in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto Yahweh 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
That's that great 8th day, which is next week. Praise the mighty Yah.
Hallelujah.
Break it down.
Hallelujah. Let's go to Exodus chapter 23, verses 16 and 19. Exodus chapter 23, verses 16 and 19. And it reads, God.
Exodus. chapter 23, verse 16. And the feast of harvest, and the first fruits of thy labors, which thou hast sown in the field, and the feast of ingathering, which is in the end of the year, when thou hast gathered in thy labors out of the field. 3 times in the year all thy males shall appear before Yahweh thy Elohim. Thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leavened bread, neither shall the fat of my sacrifice remain until the morning. The first of the first fruits of thy land thou shalt bring unto the house of Yahweh thy Elohim. Thou shalt not see it a kid in his mother's milk.
And he ain't talking about no child, that's an animal, a kid. You don't go be called no child, a kid. That's why they act like animals, because you call them words of power. That the Ruach of Hasatan and Yah only go on as the bars you speak. So be careful what you speak. Praise the mighty God. And like I say, this is all a shadow thing to come. This feast, when Yahshua gonna gather us in the ingathering, that's gonna be that last day. He's gonna gather us in, and we're gonna be at that 8th great day. Praise the mighty God in the ingathering. He's gonna come get us.
Yes.
This is all a shadow of what's to come, people.
Yes.
Let's go skip down to verse 34 and read. Same chapter 23. Go to chapter 34, verses 22 to 25. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Okay. Chapter 4.
Verses 22 to 25.
Verse 22. And thou shalt observe the feast of weeks, and the first fruits of wheat harvest, and the feast of ingathering at the year's end.
Hallelujah. The feast of weeks, the most of you in the world know as Pentecost. You know, and then like I said, the feast of ingathering, that's what we celebrate tonight.
Yes, sir.
Feast of Tabernacles. Continue, I call.
Thrice in the year shall all your men children appear before Yahweh thy Elohim, the Elohim of Israel. For I will cast out the nations before thee, and enlarge thy borders. Neither shall any man desire thy land. When thou hast gone up to appear before Yahweh thy Elohim thrice in the year.
25.
Thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leaven, neither shall the sacrifice of the feast of the Passover be left unto the morning.
These are all SABBATH commands of our Yahweh. And like he said, as we out here, he said we coming out to shock him. We don't have to worry about home. He looking up after it. That's what he said. It's a promise.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't got to go worrying about anything. He got you. You about touching him, he got you in life. It's a wonderful God walking with Abba Yahweh.
Yeah.
Walking with Abba Yahweh. Let's go to 1 Kings. 1 Kings chapter 8. Verse 27. 1 Kings chapter 8. Verse 27. And it reads whenever you have it.
Verse 27. But will Yahweh indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven and heaven of heavens cannot contain thee. How much less this house that I have built?
Praise the mighty God. The answer is yes. He always wanted to dwell with us. That's why he's bringing down that tabernacle to finally dwell with us.
Yeah.
You know, it was the fall of Kawar and Adam. He wanted to dwell with us. He was dwelling. He was in the hand of God.
Yeah.
He was up until, you know, he was walking with him until Israel took a king. He still would talk. He like to talk to us today. He was dwelling amongst us. But this time, Bring his tabernacle down to dwell us forever and ever. Praise the mighty Yah.
Yeah.
Let's go to first, it said, First King, go to chapter 8, the verse 2 we read.
Verse 2. And all the men of Israel assembled themselves unto King Solomon at the feast in the month of Iyshah, which is the 7th month.
This is what we doing.
Right.
That's the name of this month, Yah.
It is.
Praise the mighty Yah.
It's like September, October.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go to 2nd Chronicles, chapter 5. 2nd Chronicles, chapter 5, verse 3, and it reads,
Chapter 5, verse 3.
yes.
Wherefore all the men of Israel assembled themselves unto the king in the feast which was in the 7th month.
Hallelujah. Y'all bring it to you. That's that he want you to get it, because this is an importance of this feast, these Magad days he had for us.
Yeah.
So this is about good business, making it to the Melkut.
Yeah.
This is all this prepare you to make walking into the Melkut, his tabernacle, his place of refuge, where we gonna be with him, right here on there.
Right.
And you know that old Roman doctrine got you saying, hey, you know, when people die, they go there, hey, yeah, we wish it was like that. If it was like that, we wouldn't be, I wouldn't be up here saying the word, if I can just live how I want and immediately die, go to Shemayim. No. Yahshua, the one you are, the world known as Jesus, he said out of his own mouth, no one has ascended or descended but him.
Right.
Praise the mighty Yah. And you call yourself a new doctrine, really? What, you don't believe the Melech of Melech? Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to Yeshaya, Isaiah chapter 30, verses 29 and 30. Isaiah chapter 30, 29 and 30, and it reads a copy when you have it. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Abba.
Isaiah 30, chapter 29, verses 29 and 30.
All right, Isaiah 30, verse 29. Ye shall have a song, as in the night when a holy solemnity is kept, and gladness of heart, as when one goeth upon a pipe to come into the mountain of Yahweh, to the mighty one of Israel. And Yahweh shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and shall show the lightning down of his arm, with indignation of his anger, and with flame of the devouring fire, with shattering and tempest and hailstone.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah, he'll do this to those that ain't doing right, but this is what we doing tonight.
Right.
You should have a song as in the Hallelujah. That's what we hear. In the Hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Let's go to John. Y'all can know John chapter 7, verses 37. John 30, chapter 7, 37 to 38. It reads whenever you have it. Hallelujah. Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Praise up.
John chapter 7, verse 37. In the last day, that great day of the feast, Yahshua stood and cried, saying, If any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink. He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. This is what he's saying. This is New Testament, you all. The New Doctrine believer. Like I said, that river of Kaya Mayan. His the bars, y'all, flowing through us. This is it.
That's powerful.
Come on, let's get it, people. Get with it. Let's go. Just stay the same with Yakanah 1, John chapter 1, verses 1 and 3, and it reads.
Okay, verse 1, chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Yahweh, and the Word was Yahweh. The same was in the beginning with Yahweh. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made.
And here it is, new doctrine. This who became the Word in flesh? The one y'all named Jesus Yahshua.
Yeah.
And in the beginning he had created this tabernacle, that this territory, they to come dwell with us. It's gonna be. It's gonna be. It's coming. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 11, verse 9. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 9, and it reads.
11 and 9.
Yes.
Okay, chapter 11, verse 9. By faith he sojourneth in the land of promise, and in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise.
Hallelujah. Like we had, like our forefathers, they was in tabernacle. The tabernacle here, this earthly tabernacle, we are heirs to that same promise.
Yes, we are.
That the tabernacle of Yahshua is coming down.
Yeah.
This is all setting it up. This is setting it up. Let's go to Matthew chapter 25. And this is all for the New Testament believers. It's here. It's not done away with.
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 25, verse 34, and it reads.
Verse 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed, my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Hallelujah. That's Yeshua's miracle coming down to be this tabernacle that's going to come down.
Yes.
He wants us to be there with him. Let's go to Revelation 20 and 5. Revelation 20. And this is for you people, the New Testament believers. It's showing. This is forever. Revelation chapter 20 and 5, and it reads.
But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection.
That's what we're
Yeah,
striving
go ahead,
for.
brother.
To be in this marvelous tabernacle
That's right.
on this era,
Oh, yeah.
teaching
First
and reigning. Praise the mighty God.